Another extraordinary piece of email that came out, or another extraordinary email that came out, was an email from Lisa Page that confirmed previous reporting and disclosures, thanks again to Judicial Watch, because we've sued also for the FBI investigative file on the Clinton email issue, that there was a quid pro quo between the State Department and the FBI, or an attempted bribery effort by the State Department. And essentially what was going on is that the State Department was concerned, wanted the FBI to underclassify a Clinton email in particular, and still keep it withheld, but only for non-classified reasons. So the State Department, according to Lisa Page, said, and this is the document, Jason Herring will be providing you with 3 302s of current and former FBI employees who were interviewed during the course of the Clinton investigation. These 302s are scheduled to be released to Congress in an unredacted form at the end of the week and produced with redactions, pursuant to FOIA at the beginning of the week. And FOIA, obviously, that's Judicial Watch. As you will see, they describe a discussion about potential quid pro quo. So this is not my language, this is Lisa Page's language. A potential quid pro quo arrangement between then DAD and IOD, which is Deputy Assistant Director for International Operations Division, and an Undersecretary at the State Department, whereby IOD would get more legat positions, LEGAT, which is an acronym for legal attaché positions, if the FBI could change the basis of the FOIA withholding, a Clinton email from classified to something else. Boy, think about that. The State Department was offering bureaucratic favors to the FBI in exchange for the FBI downgrading the national security classification of a Clinton email. That obviously helps the Clinton State Department, or the Kerry State Department at the time, and Hillary Clinton. And this email doesn't say that was not true. It's a heads-up email. They knew it happened, and yet the FBI did nothing about it. Frankly, this should be criminally investigated, what went on here. And of course, they're messing with our FOIA cases there. And I tell you, the one thing that's always struck me, and it's kind of unusual for me to complain about this, because as a transparency group, we try to get more information out of the government. And we think the overclassification of material is a big problem in the release of government documents. We're always fighting about classification. There's not much we can do when the government classifies documents, but they tend to overclassify material. But one thing I did notice in the Clinton emails is there were obviously classified documents, including highly sensitive classified documents of the top security nature. I'm convinced, looking at some of these documents, that they were underclassified. I've looked at virtually every Clinton email there is, and you can't put your finger on it, but based on my experience of 2 decades working at Judicial Watch and reviewing documents that the government releases, that the State Department purposely underclassified or did not classify Clinton emails, and as this email suggests, to protect Hillary Clinton and itself. Because if there was a whole raft of classified materials, it would have really made it difficult for the FBI to come to its sham conclusion with the approval of the corrupted Justice Department that Hillary Clinton shouldn't face any legal consequences for her mishandling classified information. So by lessening the number of classified materials, the State Department was helping Hillary Clinton. Now, did this quid pro quo actually happen? By all accounts, no. But we don't know for sure. And that's the problem. No one's doing the investigation. And this is crazy that it's years later, we've got this evidence, as I said in the release, that the Clinton investigation was rigged. These unusual phone calls between the top lawyer for Hillary Clinton and the top lawyer for the FBI. You think Paul Manafort's lawyer could talk to the top lawyer for the FBI and complain? Do you think they would care what he said? Do you think even President Trump's lawyer could call the top lawyer for the FBI and complain about what's going on? Oh, it would be a scandal, I'm sure. But Hillary Clinton's lawyer was able to do it just days before the election campaign. Incredible. And this Justice Department and this FBI have done nothing to investigate that corrupted investigation, has done nothing, as best we can tell, to honestly, finally investigate the Clinton email scandal. And there's another email that's of interest, and it's not of interest because it shows a scandal, but it just kind of shows you an attitude. I mean, James Comey sends along a press release, or receives it, and there's email traffic about a press release Charles Grassley had criticizing the FBI's selective release of Clinton investigative documents. And what does Comey say? Because this is just rich. I want to get the quote right, so forgive me. Comey tells his aides, to be great is to be misunderstood. I mean, the arrogance of this guy, unbelievable. So that's kind of a fun email. But there are other emails, and I encourage you, go ahead and go to our website at judicialwatch.org. You can look at the press release. The title, you'll find the press release about the Clinton emails. FBI General Counsel talked to Hillary Clinton's lawyer about Comey's letter on Wiener laptop Clinton emails. And go to the website, click on the press release. Click on the press release, you'll see a link to the 216 pages of documents, and you can download these emails and look at them yourselves. Now, we look at them and we try to figure out what's up and what's down, but there are a lot of emails, so maybe you'll find something we didn't. So I encourage you to not only do this with this batch of documents, but every batch of documents that Judicial Watch releases. So when I'm on here reporting about a group of documents, you should know that I'm probably only reporting on a portion of the documents of a greater group of documents that we've been able to review. And there may be other interesting things in there and takes that you may have when looking even at the documents we're reporting. And this is what I love about Judicial Watch. You don't have to believe me. You can believe your lying eyes and look at the documents yourself. So I encourage you to do that.